Good morning. I'm going to do a reading for all the signs today, and I'm going to give them a card from an archetypal deck, Archetypes Guide, Archetypes. So I'm just going to shuffle these up once, and I'm not going to wait for one to fall out. I'm going to do readings for all. So here we go. Let's say we're doing Libra first. And Libra. We have an archetype card here coming out for Libra. Okay. This one is the Tear. The Tear. Tears are drops of letting go. Once they begin to fall, we allow the swelling tides of emotions to run its elemental course. Often the tear is what is needed in order for a conversation or situation to break into the next level of intimacy and vulnerability. Some say that tears are so powerful in softening our ego that they open up a portal to the unseen world. Through our watery eyes, the ancestors catch a glimpse of us, and we are reminded of their eternal embrace. We sense our humility, our humanity, and we allow ourselves to be held. It is likely that the card appears when there is grieving yet to do, a sinking down into disappointment or despair that, once acknowledged, will bring a shimmer of clarity to our dewy eyes. The morning, the release, the rain. If both the tears and the river appear in a reading, this indicates an excess of the water element in your life. As in the Ayurvedic tradition, balance it with fire and earth. The tear is powerful, and it is possible to be subsumed in its waters for a supportive place to open the floodgates. When light, melody, melancholy, glowing through, when dark, drowning, drama, murkiness. Go Deeper, Rain by Vachel Lindsay. You can freeze frame if you like. So, next, Taurus. Taurus is going to have an archetype card here for Taurus. Okay, we got one. Taurus. Keros. Keros. We have all had the experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time, and it is the territory of Kairos. This card suggests there is a second time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clock and schedule. Within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of the inner knowing and not a moment longer. Compare the Greek words chronos and kairos. This will guide you to the understanding of logos and mythos. The word evil comes from the root unripe. Consider that everything has a time of ripeness when it becomes a nourishing fruit, sweet to the lips. When light, alignment, ease and decision and action. When dark, fighting against time. So deep. Felix Gonzalez, Torres, Untitled, Perfect Lovers. Okay, Taurus, that's your card. We're going to move on to Scorpio. Archetype. Scorpio, the King. The king, the ruler, the commander, the emperor. If our lives are imagined as a kingdom containing the entire spectrum of human experience, the king resides over it all. Through the lens of the king, we assess the state of our land, make decisions, and rule accordingly. Therefore, the king must be thoroughly and regularly vetted so as to avoid corruption. Realize the dual nature of the king. It's either seated in benevolence and strength guides you toward peace, or he is oppressing the weak, out of a need to control. There is not much mid-ground. Some think that the king is the ultimate expression of the ego, yet the great king of mythology and history served from an ego place. They take their throne with grace and humility, knowing the divine uses them as a channel to heal deep and long-standing discrepancies in the kingdom. The king is necessary. He is a bridge between the eternal and the day-to-day. It is also said that it is necessary for the king to die. This is a death of ego. Once the king's relationship is to divinity is broken or challenged, he often acts from a place of fear, scrambling to uphold his image and power. When light, benevolent, divine leadership, service, nobility. When dark, oppression, misuse of power, corruption. Go deeper, the Dalai Lama, Richard the Third, and Macbeth. So that was your reading, Scorpio. Now we're going on to Virgo. Let's get a card. Archetype for Virgo. We got the Gem. The gem, the diamond, the gold, the inner treasure. There are infinite names for the gem. It is also known as the jewel, the star, the talent, the gift, the gold. The only thing for certain is that it is found deep within a substance that is very much unlike it. For example, a diamond in the rough. The gem always stands in contrast to its surroundings. You cannot find it when you are among comforts and pleasantries. Precious stones develop slowly deep in the earth amid pressure and darkness. Discovering the gem requires a descent beneath the surface where there is no definitive map. Yet the longing to touch the true gem within us is so strong that we cannot help but seek out its radiance. Your gem, like your destiny, is unlike any other in the entire world. Keep digging. In mythology, the diamond is often linked to the daimon, D-A-I-M-O-N, or inner light that leads us toward our true selves, our purpose, and our destiny. The moments of our life that glimmer are clues to where the gem resides. Don't covet the sparkling diamond of others. The gem is like a fingerprint, never to be repeated again. Find yours. When light, unique, shining, generative, and irreplaceable. When dark, envy, greed, grasping. Go deeper. Legend of the Crystal Skulls. Leonard Cohen's Diamond in the Mine. I'd forgotten to show a few of these. That's okay. We're going to move on, and I'm going to stop showing the booklet. Let's move on to Pisces. 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 The Mystic. Okay, Pisces. Let's get your reading. The Mystic. The Seeker, the Lightworker, the Dreamer. The Mystic is often understood in our culture, predicted as a wanderer and light-hearted daydreamer. Yet, like Shiva, the true mystic plays a critical role in the society, remaining fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. In order to save the earth from darkness, Shiva swallows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting the liquid into nectar. This is the works of the mystic. They do not fear darkness, but rather sit in the presence of it, harness the potential latent energy behind it, and emit it with light. Embed it with light. They are patient and prudent change makers, seeking growth above all else. Unanswerable questions are the mystic's lifeblood. The mystic revealed in mystery in the great riddle of life, dancing with the forces of light and darkness upon its wings. It may seem that the mystic is inward facing, yet its light beams back to the world with the strength of 1,000 stars. Like any light worker, the mystic must build a relationship with fire. This begins by awakening the inner flame, or tapas, T-A-P-A-S, within. When light, remover of darkness, visionary, ageless. When dark, expects results, seeking attention and recognition. Go further, Zen, Koans, K-O-A-N-S, poetry, Murakami, novels, M-U-R-A-K-A-M-I, novels. Okay, Pisces, that was yours. Leo, let's get your card. Okay, you just heard a E frequency. Okay, the Venom. Leo, the Venom. The venom, the poison, the curse, the toxin. Much to our dismay, the venom is almost lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Always lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech, and environment. Thankful for cycles of purification and detoxification come so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide and the plants return it into oxygen. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily. However, it can come in potent forms and qualities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. When the venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that must be identified. Perhaps your words have a stinging or poison about them. Perhaps the relationships are slowly draining our reserves. Acknowledgement is the first step. Change is the second. Remedy will reveal itself in time, and with it, forgiveness. When you harm another, you harm yourself. Keep in mind, this goes for our earth as well, with cosmic consequence. The spreading of venom is like a chain reaction. When we strike others, it is likely we have ourselves been struck. Break the cycle. When light, self-realization through suffering. When dark, unwillingness to find a solution of forgiveness. Go deep. A Poison Tree, by William Blake. Okay, now we're going to go on to Aquarius. Aquarius, we need to get you a card. Aquarius, you got the Mask. The mask. We often think of a mask as something that conceals our identity, yet contemplating the possibilities that a mask permits our true identity to be revealed, it allows the mask giver, or the mask gives voice to that which we previously rejected. When the card appears, enact the side of you that is seeking expression, yet was never given a role to play on the stage of your life. You are in the realm of a theater, so anything is possible. Speak with the other's voice. Embody the other's limbs. You are taking part in the ritual of expanding the self. There may be mischief and deception around you, and others may be trying or on new masks too. No one is sure who is who. It's likely you become so attached to a single mask that you need to fall face forward into the perception bending time. Trust it. Think of the mask as a costume you wore that felt empowering, marvelous, or fun. Who was it you were being? Is that who still is within you? As the Zen cone suggests, meditate on your original face, the one you have had before the mother and father were born. The one before your mother and father were born. When light, reveal what has been suppressed. When dark, further conceals what is rejected. The mask, I'll go deeper. The mask, James Ensor, E-N-S-O-R, James Ensor, Jonas, Jimmy Durham, D-U-R-H-A-M. Okay, Aquarius, let's go for a Gemini reading. Let's give Gemini an archetype card. You have Nas, knowledge. Okay. Nas. Inwardmost knowing, mystic truths. True knowledge is not found in the facts and figures of a scholarly book and library shelves. Rather, Gnos points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to Gnos find themselves in esoteric studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemist takes their study, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip toward mystery, and soon the mysteries result in facts. The card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you're forever changed, become a guardian of Gnos. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passions in the deepest way available to you. The card relates to the riddle and the shapeshifter, all concern themselves with the revealing of mystic truths. Those who say they know don't. Those who say they don't know. When light, contemplating the mysteries, unanswerable questions. When dark, over-intellectualizing and literalizing, asking others. Go deeper. Bruce Newman's, N-A-U-M-A-N, the true artist helps the world by revealing mystic truths. Okay, Gemini, that was yours. We're going to Aries. Aries. Let's get Aries a card. Okay. Aries, the shadow. The shadow, the unspeakable, the unwelcome, the denied. Although every card in the archetype deck has a shadow potential, this card asks us to delve into the qualities of the shadow itself. We often think that the shadow can be purified, illuminated, and make right through effort and achievement. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. By rejecting part of ourselves in the world, we begin to separate from the whole, rather than getting to know the qualities and content of the shadow. We busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. This is denial. When the card appears, it is time to take inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with no, anything but that, you are touching shadow. Find support for this deep inner work and move toward the shadow with patience and compassion. In the shadow of the gods are the very gods themselves. Reflect on the statement by James Hillman in A Blue Fire. What do you despise about yourself? By answering, you move towards shadow. Contemplate the following scientific observations. The closer an object, a person, place, or a community is, the light, the longer the shadow it casts. The closer an object is to the light, the longer a shadow it casts. When light reveals unconscious aspects of the self world, when in dark, denying unconscious aspects of the self world, go deeper. Owning Your Own Shadow by R. Johnson. Owning Your Own Shadow. Okay, next is Capricorn. Capricorn, let's get you an archetype card. Accept all, reject none. That is on the cover here. Okay, we have a card for Capricorn. Aletheia. Aletheia. Our soul recognizes the truth. This is truth. Aletheia is truth. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over us. The room and all the facts and figures in the whole world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Aletheia. It has the undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear somebody or someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are likely to tell our own story. The Aletheia card requires us to step toward an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. It is said that the resonance of our voice changes when we speak a falsity. In this light, practice seeing truth as a vibration. Picasso said, "We all know that the art is not true art. It is a lie that makes us realize truth, at least the truth that is given us to understand. When light, clarity, revelation, disclosure. When dark, distortions, gaslighting, excuses. Go deeper, the goddesses, Mayat and Veritas, M-A''AT, and Veritas, Veritas. Okay, that was yours, Capricorn. Sagittarius is next. Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the stone. The stone, the eternal, the anchor, the rock. As an architectural object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us, as it changes ever so slowly our countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go. Therefore, it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side. So no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground, and connects us to the stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frequencies of the world. In Jewish mourning traditions, stones are left at graves rather than flowers. Sit with this vision for a moment and see what unfolds. Build a cairn in nature, C-A-I-R-N, in nature. Find inspiration in Andy Goldsworthy's stone egg forms. A cairn is a C-A-I-R-N, Andy Goldsworth's. And when light, steadfast, loyal, committed, present. When dark, weighed down, holding back cold. Go deeper, Caspar David Friedrichs, A Walk at Dusk. And our last card is going to be Cancer. Cancer, let's get you an archetype. Okay. The dead one. The dead end. Sorry, not the dead one, the dead end. The dead end. The dead end. Where am I? The dead end. The closed door, the final chapter, the impasse. Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It is thick, dense, uncompromising, a wall beyond all walls. With every bramble, thorn, and stone, it simply states, "No more, child. You have reached the last." One moment. Okay, no more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter. It is natural to resist. It's very resistance and struggle, even harder to make our way. It is natural to resist. It's very resistance and struggle, even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what is, what was. In this way, we fight with life itself. For a mythic perspective, the end you face is very much a beginning. There are doors opening all around you, just not the ones you planned on walking through. If you are honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust, and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginning. Note that in most stories and movies, the moment the protagonist reaches the dead end, something riveting happens. You are the protagonist. Reflect on dead ends in your past, and lead to unimaginable wonders that have led to unimaginable wonders. The moment you accept the ending, a feeling of grace will arise. Doors begin to open both inside and in the world. When light, acceptance, humility, relief, reverence for change. When dark, inertia, stuckness, tension, unconscious gripping, and go deeper, Kenny Rogers, the gambler, Donny Hathaway, giving up. Hope y'all have had a great day or are going to have a great day. Thank you if you've stuck around and made it to the end of this. And blessings to you all. I hope the best for you all. I hope you found some knowledge and wisdom from those archetypes. Y'all take care. All right. Thank you.